Thousands of Americans represent the United States government in over 260 diplomatic missions around the world. Hundreds of DSS agents shield these diplomatic outposts from terrorist attacks.
Egypt is a beguiling place. Everyone who comes here knows how friendly Egyptians are, has a good time as tourists. There's a lot to see. But Egypt is also a high threat post, not just for the United States, but for many Western countries as well.
With over 1,500 employees and dependents, the U.S. Embassy in Cairo is a target-rich environment for terrorists.
U.S. Embassy Cairo is a blast-resistant facility specifically built to withstand the type of terrorist attacks that victimized the United States in the early 1980s, such as the Marine barracks bombing in Lebanon and also the bombing of the embassy in Beirut. It's blast-resistant, it's reinforced, we have cameras, we have delta barriers which prevent a truck from ramming into the embassy. We also have new technology which allows us to detect traces of explosives on persons or vehicles from a distance. Plus we have mirrors the guards are trained to use to check the engines underneath the chassis of a vehicle. And we also have good cooperation with the Egyptian police. They provide security around the perimeter of our embassy. We also have a large contingent of Marines.
We are blessed in Cairo with a terrific regional security staff, Department of State Diplomatic Service, which also liaises well with all of the other elements of post from the Department of Defense and other agencies. I rely upon our regional security officer as my key and primary security advisor.
Well, the regional security officer is the ambassador's primary advisor on security matters. And as part of that role, we're responsible for official and non-official Americans and their safety, and what they can do to improve their general security on a day-to-day basis.
Security inside the embassy is provided by a combined effort of DSS agents and special detachments from the U.S. Marine Corps. Operators from the Mobile Security Division routinely travel to embassies around the world, like Cairo, to train with the Marines and prepare them for possible terrorist attacks.
We run scenarios, we run react drills, and they will respond accordingly. We set up an environment where we will stage types of attacks. It may be a bomb attack, maybe a chem bio incident. It may be a mob, it may be an intruder. It allows them to develop responses that are clear and crisp.
In this scenario, a Marine is dispatched to investigate a disturbance. The Marine is attacked and repeatedly stabbed by two intruders who take the Marine's sidearm and escape into the heart of the facility.
Attention the Marine House, attention the Marine House. We got an intruder on the compound. We have an intruder on the compound. All Marines.
If an intruder were to enter the building and we were to notice him on camera, we would immediately notify Post 1. Post 1 and Post 4 would notify the Marine House. The Marine House being located on compound, the Marines will quickly be brought down. They go down to the react room and man their gear, and the individual that will command the react, the sergeant of the guard, or whoever's on post as a sergeant of the guard, commands the react force, and he runs the entire drill. And they have designated search areas. They would start in those areas and they would try to contain the individual in a certain area.
Officer, over here. Listen up, this situation. You have an intruder in the building. Post pound was attacked by two intruders. One has a knife, one has a gun. The mission is Charlie Team. I want you to go investigate Post 5. Be by the ACS. Go.
Using a ballistic shield for cover, the squad advances toward the downed Marines. For safety, they move in stacked or tight formation, while a combination of Remington shotguns and Beretta 9mm pistols are strategically positioned to provide 360-degree protection.
Bravo, keep it up and finish.
The Marines must be able to deal tactically with the situation before the intruders can fortify themselves in a location and potentially take hostages. Charlie Squad quickly but cautiously drives the injured Marine to a secure location where first aid can be administered. The two remaining squads of Marines have quickly cornered the two armed intruders.
Good. Keep him down. I'm gonna call it in.
The react drills are good for us for various reasons. We have no idea what can happen, so we have to be prepared for just about anything. The only way that we can be fully prepared is to always practice. Make it as difficult as possible for things to happen on your watch. There are Marines that were here before us that have done their job. I would be remiss if I allowed it to happen on my watch.
The most